Hey guys, it's John from Sarcastic Gamer here, and I'm here with Mr. Tim Willis from id Software. Now, what do you do at id, Tim?
Well, I'm the creative director, and so I'm in charge of all things Rage. But luckily for me, I have some really talented people that work with me. So it's like herding cats. I try to keep everyone moving in the same direction. I do a little cheerleading.
Pom-poms.
So luckily for me, I have lots of talented people, and I also try to keep the team structured very flat. So a lot of the guys have lots of input into the game. It's a very collaborative process that we go through at id, and I think that actually makes for a better end product.
Yeah, right. So talk us through a bit of Rage. I mean, it's the first original IP that has come up with in about 10 years. When did you just sort of think the time is right, we need to start coming up with something new, or did it just sort of come about?
After we finished June 3, we worked on Quake 4 and QET with Splash Damage, and John was working on new technology. And we thought, brand new technology, it's a lot different than what we did in the past. Let's do a new IP. One of the things that, one of the biggest problems that we've had is we do have so many IPs that it's hard to actually take advantage of all of them, which is one of the reasons that we joined the Bethesda ZeniMax family, which allowed us to bring our IPs back in-house, and we can build second teams and things. So you'll see games coming out of id much faster in the future. But Rage, brand new technology, brand new game. We're real excited about it. At its core, it's first-person shooter. So if you're familiar with id Software games, we won't stray far from what we do really well. But we've added things on top of it to improve the experience. It's not just a run and gun game.
So what sort of new stuff are you bringing to Rage then? I mean, we saw in the presentation yesterday you had enemies dynamically jumping over balconies and vaulting over things. Is that 100% dynamic? Can you put something in the game and say an enemy can pick this up as something they can jump over or slide under or whatever?
Yeah, so one of the goals for Rage is each new bandit clan that you fight. We have mutants, bandits, and the authority. Each bandit clan has their own unique fighting style. So the Ghost Clan is the one of the clans that we showed at, for our presentation, and they have the dynamic traversables. So the level designer builds the level, and they need to make sure that handrails and jump heights, all fit into a group of heights. And it's really cool. These guys can come from anywhere. So when you play it, based on what you do, they'll be coming above you, from below you, around. But what's neat though is they're the only ones that do that. And we could put it on the Wasted Clan, but we decided to make those guys, rougher, charge right at you and stuff. So it's all balanced and giving variety to the gameplay. So it's not just the same experience over and over again.
There's not really been a lot of, I've not seen a lot in the way of story details. I mean, I've heard about the clans and the authority and how the whole world's destroyed after this big meteorite pounds there. Is there a big overarching storyline you've got lined up that you've just not released a lot of details about yet?
Yeah, I mean, we, because we have a limited time with our presentations, and there's a lot of things in Rage that we want to show people, the vehicle combat, and we've actually removed the racing from the demo just to kind of streamline it. And we kind of just briefly go over the story. We don't want to give too much away, but one thing that some people have caught on to is that you as the player, you're buried in these small arcs, and you are injected with these things called nanotrites. And nanotrites, it's part of your health regen system, it's part of the HUD system, and the nanotrites actually are kind of like the glue that ties the story together as you move forward. You'll uncover where the mutants came from, the mystery of that, and what the authority was doing, and the juxtaposition between this high-tech technology that's embedded inside you and the world that's recycled and destroyed and very post-apocalyptic. How that fits together is kind of the arc of the story.
So it kind of sounds like it's going to start out as something that's a bunch of smaller subplots. The town that you showed, Wellspring, and its poison water supply, and that was to start something very small, but in the end it could evolve into something kind of pawn in a much bigger story. Kind of thing.
Yes. When you come back from that mission, the well master actually sends you to talk to this old scientist out in the wasteland, and he kind of tells you more about the authority and stuff. So it's quite kind of neat how it all ties together.
I think about wraps it up. I mean, when is Rage out then?
So Rage will be available in September 2011. in the U.S. on the 13th, and in Europe, I think that Thursday, I think it's like the 15th or 16th. It'll be on all the platforms, 360, PS3, and the PC, and we're very excited about it. I think it's going to be a great game.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Thanks so much, Tim Owens from Ed Software.
Thanks.